In the heart of Central Africa lies a nation carved by thunder, blessed with abundance, and haunted by ambition. The Democratic Republic of Congo, a land where rivers roar like ancient gods, and the earth beneath your feet hides riches beyond imagination. Gold, diamonds, cobalt, coltan, minerals that power empires, ignite wars, and shape the future of the world itself. But behind the shimmering wealth of the DRC lies a quieter story, a hidden hierarchy. Families whose names rarely appear in headlines, yet whose influence shapes the pulse of a nation. Their power is carved into minds, anchored in trading routes, whispered through boardrooms, and rooted in legacies spanning generations. Here, fortunes are not merely earned, they are extracted from the earth, forged under pressure, and guarded like sacred fire. Some inherited empires built by fathers who struck the right vein of opportunity. Others rose from nothing, climbing through dust, danger, and political storms to claim their place at the summit. Tonight, we step into their world, the 10 dynasties who stand above all. This is the untold saga of the 10 richest families in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Families whose wealth doesn't just measure prosperity, but defines destiny itself. Together, they're the unseen oligarchs of the DRC, the invisible titans whose influence shapes every corner of the nation's economy. If such stories fascinate you, then support our work by liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more stories about the wealthiest families in Africa and across the world. 10. The Tshisekedi family. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, where power often shifts like shadows on the banks of the Congo River, one family has risen from political legacy to a commanding dynasty, the Tshisekedis. At the helm is President Félix Tshisekedi, the nation's fifth and current head of state, a man whose ascent reshaped the coordinates of influence in modern DRC. His rise to the nation's highest office in 2019 did more than change governments. It rewired access, opportunity, and control. Behind him stands his brother, Christian Tshisekedi, a formidable businessman who moves through boardrooms with the same calculated precision anchored in political leverage. The family's wealth is not a single empire, but a constellation of interests: energy contracts, real estate, infrastructure deals, and mining ventures, all forming a relentless engine designed to expand their dominion. Together, they engineered a network that stretches from Kinshasa's shadowed political halls to the unseen frontiers of influence, shaping the arteries through which the DRC's wealth flows. With an estimated net worth of $120 million, the Tshisekedis prove that in the DRC, real power is both visible and invisible, public and private. A dynasty built not merely on wealth, but on a mastery of authority itself. And yet, if the Tshisekedis' power astonishes you, the families ahead wield unfathomable empires. So vast, so untouchable, they redefine what supremacy looks like in the DRC. Stay with me, because what comes next reshapes the very meaning of wealth in Africa. 9. The Yuma Mulimbi family. Every empire begins with vision, and in the DRC, that vision pulses through the veins of the earth itself. Where copper, cobalt, and ambition intersect, Albert Yuma Mulimbi forged a dynasty. A mechanical engineer by training, he became an industrial titan, transforming mines into engines of wealth and influence, and turning the Yuma Mulimbi name into a symbol of strategic mastery across the nation's most critical sectors. As former chairman of Gécamines, the state-owned mining colossus controlling the DRC's copper and cobalt lifeblood, Yuma's fingerprints are etched into every contract, every mine, every corner of the country's mineral wealth. But his influence stretches far beyond rocks and ore. Banking ventures, textile industries, and manufacturing enterprises intertwine seamlessly with state partnerships, creating a vast web of economic power. Albert's stewardship of the Congolese Employers Federation amplifies his reach, turning policy corridors and boardrooms into arenas where decisions resonate across industries. The family's fortune, estimated at $150 million, is more than numbers. It is the embodiment of foresight, negotiation, and dominance in a nation where natural resources are both a blessing and a battleground. 8. The Levy family. In the bustling corridors of Congolese commerce, where trade burns bright and fortunes flicker in an instant, the Levy family built a fortress of finance with unrivaled precision. Robert Levy, a visionary with an eagle's eye, turned banking into the engine driving the nation's progress. In the early 2000s, he founded Trust Merchant Bank, TMB, which would grow into one of DRC's largest banks, holding over $1.7 billion in assets and commanding a formidable 15% market share. Yet, Levy's genius did not stop at banking. Agriculture, logistics, real estate, and trading ventures form the arteries of a sprawling financial organism, each sector meticulously chosen to strengthen the others. His approach is both methodical and bold: empower local enterprises, finance ambitious infrastructure projects, and create systems that endure beyond the balance sheet. With an estimated net worth of $300 million, Robert Levy embodies a rare combination of intellect, audacity, and foresight, quietly commanding respect and redefining what it means to be elite in the DRC. 7. The Katumbi family. In the mineral-rich landscapes of Katanga, where the earth hides untold fortunes beneath its red soil, Moise Katumbi emerged as both a visionary entrepreneur and a political force. He began humbly, navigating the fishing trade, before turning his gaze to the veins of copper and cobalt that define the region's wealth. With the founding of mining company Katanga, MCK, he orchestrated services that would fuel some of the DRC's largest mining operations, a venture later sold for a staggering sum that cemented his place among the nation's elite. Yet, Katumbi's empire stretches far beyond extraction. Agricultural networks feed growing cities, logistics arteries move goods across the province, and real estate holdings anchor financial influence in Lubumbashi and beyond. He is also the proud owner of Tout Puissant Mazembe, a successful football club that transcends sport, embodying cultural pride, ambition, and legacy. For Moise, influence is a language spoken in both boardrooms and ballot boxes. As leader of the Together for the Republic Party and former governor of Katanga Province, he leveraged political authority and business acumen, all while consolidating a firm dominion over commerce. At an estimated $400 million, his fortune is more than capital. It is power incarnate, a tangible testament to resilience and vision. 6. The Bemba family. Along the winding currents of the Congo River and across the vast expanse of the DRC, the Bemba family emerged as architects of commerce. From the vision of the late Jeannot Bemba, riverboats became the lifeblood of trade, connecting remote villages to thriving urban centers. And in their wake, a dynasty was quietly forged. His son, Jean-Pierre Bemba, who also doubles as the country's deputy prime minister, inherited more than wealth, he inherited influence. Expanding the family's reach into politics, mining services, and international trade, he merged power and enterprise into a formidable force that shaped both markets and policy. Caroline Bemba, his sister, carries the torch into governance, solidifying the family's presence in corridors of authority. With an estimated net worth of $500 million, the family stands as both a financial powerhouse and a political titan, their decisions rippling across the economy like currents in the mighty Congo River. If so far the video has captivated you, give it a like and subscribe to this channel for more stories about the wealthiest families in Africa and across the world. 5. The Blattner family. For more than 4 decades, in a nation where every mile of road, every bridge span, every power line can mean the difference between isolation and destiny, one foreign family embedded itself quietly into the very architecture of the Democratic Republic of Congo. They are the Blattners, an American dynasty whose legacy is not written in headlines, but carved into concrete, steel, and the roaring turbines of the DRC's rising infrastructure. Led by the elusive Elwin Blattner, their empire, the Blattner Group, became the silent backbone behind some of the country's most ambitious public works: roads, bridges, hydropower plants, mining corridors, and logistic networks stretching across impossible terrain. For over 40 years, their companies shaped the physical heartbeat of the DRC. With an estimated net worth of $550 million, the Blattners possess a fortune matched by permanence, a quiet empire built not for spectacle, but to last. 4. The Rawji family. If ever there was a family that transformed resilience into dominion, it is the Rawjis, a lineage of Indian origin whose journey began with modest trading posts and grew into one of the most formidable business networks the DRC has ever witnessed. For decades, they have navigated the turbulent currents of the DRC, rising above political storms and economic tempests alike. At the helm, Mazhar Rawji takes the mantle, steering the family's vast business network with surgical precision. Through Rawbank Group, the nation's largest and most influential private financial institution, they command the financial bloodstream of the DRC, moving billions, supporting top corporations, and shaping the nation's economic pulse. But their empire stretches far beyond finance. Manufacturing, retail, cement, logistics, textiles. It is a tapestry of companies woven into the daily life of millions, a network so vast that removing it would shake the very foundation of the Congolese marketplace. Today, their fortune, estimated at a staggering $650 million, is not simply wealth, but institutional gravity. They do not shout, they do not posture, yet their presence bends the economy like heat bends the horizon. 3. The Forrest family. In a nation where the earth holds both unimaginable wealth and unimaginable struggle, one family rose from the dust of mineral-rich Katanga to command an empire that reshaped DRC's industrial destiny. At its center stands George Arthur Forrest, a man whose life became intertwined with the very bones of the DRC. From humble beginnings, he built Forrest Group, a sprawling titan rooted first in cement and construction before branching into mining, energy, agribusiness, and logistics, industries that pulse at the core of DRC's survival. His cement plants built the cities, his mines fueled global supply chains, his infrastructure companies stitched provinces together. For decades, the Forrest name became synonymous with power that doesn't shout, it moves, it shapes, it endures. Today, the family's fortune, estimated at over $700 million, is a testament not just to vast assets, but to a dynasty that mastered the art of building an empire, brick by brick, mine by mine. Their influence is so deeply woven into the state's foundations that to understand the modern DRC is to trace the paths carved by the Forrests themselves. 2. The Gertler family. Some dynasties do not announce themselves, they do not court attention, and they rarely leave clear trails. The Gertlers are one such dynasty, a family deeply woven into the very fabric of Africa's resource soul. Though Israeli by nationality, they rank among the most influential and wealthiest power brokers within the Democratic Republic of Congo's economic landscape. The family's patriarch, Dan Gertler, guided the family to secure much of its fortune decades ago, stepping early into the DRC's mineral lifeline at a time when chaos reigned and opportunity hid in plain sight. Information surrounding the family's operations in the DRC remains scarce and deeply fragmented. Yet behind closed doors and far from public view, the Gertlers are believed to have, for decades, leveraged political connections and forged elite alliances at the highest levels of power, quietly expanding their business dominion and emerging as architects of the DRC's shadowed wealth. Available financial records and regional business intelligence approximates the family's net worth at $1.2 billion, placing them firmly among the DRC's elite wealth holders. But beyond these figures, the narrative grows deliberately quiet. Verified insight into the inner workings of their empire remains tightly restricted. What is known is this: their influence is real, their assets substantial, and their position within the DRC's economic hierarchy remains undisputed by those who operate closest to power. 1. The Kabila family. In DRC, where wealth and power intertwine with politics, few names command as much reverence and secrecy as the Kabila family. From the moment Laurent Désiré Kabila ascended to the presidency, the family's destiny became inseparable from the Democratic Republic of Congo itself. His brief rule of 4 years set the stage for a dynasty that would dominate politics, minerals, and commerce for decades. And after his death, the second generation rose from the shadows, igniting the legacy with a relentless fire, one that would pulse through the veins of the nation and carve the Kabila name into the bedrock of the Democratic Republic of Congo for generations to come. Joseph Kabila, his son, carried the torch, leading the nation as president for 18 years, consolidating power and strategically extending the family's reach across the industries that fuel the country's lifeblood. Sprawling mining concessions in copper, cobalt, and gold, expansive ventures in agribusiness, banking, media, and telecommunications. In the bustling cities of Lubumbashi and Kinshasa, their influence reverberates through landmark real estate holdings, while beyond the borders, in Tanzania and Zimbabwe, the Kabilas built an empire of prime properties that testify to both wealth and ambition. Janet Kabila's ventures in digital Congo extended the dynasty's reach into information and influence, while Zoe Kabila reinforced the family's grip on politics and commerce. Today, their estimated net worth of $1.3 billion is more than a figure. It is a reflection of strategic mastery, political legacy, and the quiet accumulation of an empire that touches every corner of Congolese life. The Kabilas are omnipresent, ruling, influencing, and defining an era with wealth that moves silently but irresistibly. In DRC, power and wealth are more than currency. They are legacy, ambition, and influence. These families don't just shape the nation's future, they are the heartbeat of its untold saga. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the video, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.